continue where you left off with the typing. Remember to make sure that you have your hands on the right keys. I don't care, again, remember, I don't care how fast you type. I don't care how many mistakes you make. I'm walking around and I'm looking at your fingers and making sure your fingers are on the right keys, okay? The other thing you guys can try to do when you're at the computer is take your hands off the keys, close your eyes, and see if you can find where they go. Remember the two keys. What are the two keys? Raise your hand. The two keys that are special.
F and J.
F and J. What do they have?
Those bumps.
Yeah, they got a little bump on there. So that helps you find where your pointer fingers go on the keyboard. Okay, so if you guys try it today, close your eyes, take them off, try to put them back on and find the F and J. We have technology on the wheel now. So all of our kids, grades 1 through 5, get to come see me in technology. And this is something new that we haven't had in a couple years. And moving forward, it's going to be extremely important for these kids to have technology skills for future careers. So the skills that we are able to teach them in technology are things that are definitely extremely important for these kids to be able to pick up on. One of the things that I wanted to focus on this year was typing skills. A lot of our students leave us at Gocio and go into middle school, and a lot of these middle school teachers have online aspects of their course. And students are expected to participate online, but a lot of our kids don't have the typing skills to be able to keep up. The background of our kids at home, a lot of them don't have computers, internet access, so the only time they get to interact with a computer is here at school. If you guys need help, remember to use your hints that are on the screen first. You got 2 or 3 hints. You have to use your hints before you ask me for help. And after you use your hints, you're going to ask a shoulder partner, either the left or the right, if they know how to do it. Now, if you get asked for help, do not grab the mouse from somebody and do it for them. Okay? It's kind of like, remember that story we told about your parents? You probably know more about computers than your parents at home. So if they ask you a question, don't just do it for them. You got to tell them how to do it. Otherwise, they're going to keep asking you all the time to fix their computer problems for them. So you're going to help the people next to you by explaining it, not by doing it. My contribution to the whole STEM movement is I just recently finished up a master's degree in instructional technology, and part of that was I had to get my hands dirty with HTML code, JavaScript, and it was difficult. And there are a lot of jobs that are out there for people that are really good at the computer programming, and moving forward it's going to be a huge need. And I think that, you know, especially in our school, it's you know, might be thought that the kids are too young, they don't have the skills necessary to do it, they don't have computers at home, but the kids are very capable of it, and giving them an opportunity to at least expose them to it and see what it's like, you know, it could be that spark, you know, that the kid's like, man, I really like this and I want to do this in the future.
When you get to college, I think you're going to do a lot of technology things, and if you want to be like a techno person, when you get older, I think it's better to learn right now because you get used to it, you get the hang of it.
Remember guys, once you sit at the computer too, try, like I said earlier, try closing, take your hands off the keyboard, close your eyes, see if you can find where your hands go. See if you can find the F and J. And again, remember, I'm not worried about how fast you type or how many mistakes that you make, but I want to see you using the right fingers on the right keys. Excellent job. Hands in the right spot. Very good. Are we cheating? You're cheating. Get the finger on the F and the J. Let me see. F and J. Okay. Pinky. Now this needs to be on the L. Curve your hands down a little bit. There you go. All right. Get my name tag out of it. Yes, you can. Okay, space. You got to practice it. H, E. You're fine. You did it. Good, good. Better. I know it's hard, but if you don't practice it, you're not going to get it. Shamira noticed that, guys, when you type the right way, you're going to type a little slower. It's going to seem faster if you just use your 2 fingers, but I'm telling you, as you get older and as you start having to type more and more, you will get faster by using all of your fingers. But you got to practice it. And if you don't practice it, you're not going to get it. You will type slower. You will make more mistakes right now. But later on, as you practice, you'll get much, much better. I bet that you guys are better typers now than you were when we first started this.
What we basically do is go on the computer and we go on typing web, which helps you get faster in your typing and better to learn the keys.
I know we'll use it in the future because in middle school they'll put us with computer assignments with like science where you have to write stuff out on the computer, and we'll need that, so that's why we're doing Ribbon Hero, because it's teaching you about Microsoft.
I had to learn a different way to type, And that was kind of difficult at the beginning, but now I'm getting faster at it.
People talk about Mac versus PC versus, now we have Android and all these other operating systems, but for the most part, the way people interact with the computer hasn't changed much in the last 30, 40 years. It's keyboard, it's mouse. Now we're starting to see a lot more touchscreen based, but when it comes to doing things, it's amazing, and it's definitely a skill. I think the biggest problem we're going to see with these kids is when they write on a keyboard or in a Word document, they're going to write the way they text using, like LOL, BRB, shorthanding everything. And I think it's important to stress how to build a sentence, capital, period at the end. Our fourth grade teachers at this school have done a phenomenal job over the last couple of years getting these kids ready for the FCAT writing test. And so now it feels like, now that I'm getting second, third, and fourth graders and fifth graders some experience on the keyboard, I think it's going to carry over, not only to the state testing on FCAT, but throughout, their career in school as far as writing goes.
Well, the difference between a phone and a computer is because there's like more room, and you have to basically do your hands. On a phone, like I have a flip-on phone, you just type with your fingers. And for the computer, you need a certain way to go faster and just learn all the keys.
Hit this backward arrow to undo what you just did. Okay. Now click where the W is.
Okay.
Just one click. Okay. Now click and drag and hold down. Perfect. Okay. Now it says we want to go to the Home tab, which you're already there. Open the tags list and remove tags. So here's tags, but I don't see remove. So let's hit this little down arrow. Remove tag is all the way at the bottom. Keep going all the way down. Remove tags right here. See how it took those off? Okay, now it says we need to tag each item in the list as to do. So if you don't know how to do the to do, hit your hints. So again, select the first 3 lines. So go ahead and click and drag on those 3 lines.
Dude, I might go into this.
Good. Home tab, which you're already there. And then we need to click on to do, which is right in the tags. So click back on that. I don't see it, so click back on there and click on to do. There you go. That's it. You're always going to have your reading, your writing, your math. You're always going to have state testing, but what I'm doing in the technology lab, that's never going to show up on an FCAT test. It's never, my evaluation as a teacher, that's a big thing that's been in the news, and teachers are worried about, okay, how are my kids going to score on this test or this test? These kids that I have in the lab, they're never going to be tested on an FCAT test on their typing skills, but I'm giving them an opportunity to learn a skill that will carry with them for the rest of their lives. You're going to click, drag down to select everything. Come up here to Comic Sans.
What do I do now?
And you want to change it. Right here, the arrow.
What do I do?
Click on the arrow, right here. There you go. And click on Calibri, which is that one. There you go.
You had to underline words, change the words, change the degrees of the placement of the words, and change the language of the words.
So to be able to give them a program to go through to teach them the skills that they need is extremely important. And then on top of that, now that we're kind of building up their typing skills, we're now moving towards Microsoft Office, so PowerPoint, Excel, Microsoft Word, creating things, and moving even further into the future. Later this year, I'd like to start working with some of the older kids on some basic computer programming. It introduces them to problem solving, teamwork, basic computer programming skills, which is extremely important.
There's Typing Web, there's Microsoft, there's Lab, there's Science, and there's Fun Games.
I'm coming, guys. Remember, guys, there's only one of me and a lot of you, so you have to be patient. Just raise your hand if you get stuck. I'm coming around as fast as I can to help you out, but you're going to have to be patient. Remember to ask a shoulder partner. To differentiate my instruction, the computer does a lot of that for me. It paces the kids. It's difficult when I have 19 kids on 19 different lessons, and everybody wants Mr. Gardner's help at the same time. And so I really have to be smart about how I have the kids ask for help. Ribbon Hero is great, has a built-in help feature. They can click on need help, need a hint, and it will kind of walk them through the process. And one of the things that I've said as an educator for the last couple of years is our kids have learned to ask questions before trying things themselves. And what I'm trying to force these kids to do is become thinkers and self-reliant and working through a problem on their own. if they can't figure out a problem, to ask a partner next to them, a classmate, before they come and ask me.
Well, Clippy, that used to be for Microsoft. It was like a thing that would pop up whenever you like did something. That would, whenever you finish one of the activities, he pops up, and if you rank up, you go to the next place where you do more programs.
And there's a point where you get to something, then it's just like a master. I got to that point already, but other people haven't, so I go around kind of trying to help, since there's only one of Mr. Gardner's, and then there's like 20 people in that class. But yeah, I think it's just like easier for the teacher as well, because you don't have to be like on someone. And if you like ask your shoulder partner, maybe they already passed it or done it, so they could help you, or you could just team up together and figure it out together.
It's important for kids to learn how to work with each other, ask questions, because you will have the kids that are really, really good at it, and they love telling other kids how to do it. So you're kind of giving them a little bit of control as far as, you know, you got this, why don't you go ahead and why don't you walk around the room, and anybody that has their hand up, you help them. Because I think they learn more by teaching than they do from doing. So those kids that have already mastered it, now they're really getting a deeper understanding because they're able to help other people in the class with it.
I think he's a good teacher because he keeps things fun and interested. He never gets us bored. And he's like just very excited when he does things. He cooperates with you. He tries to make you actually learn. And I just show you the things. He tries to like go step by step for you. And that's what I think I like about him, because you don't have to be automatically always raising your hand.
Because he works hard and he really tries his best to help the students. Sometimes he'll help me like get my fingers in the right placements if I don't know really how to do it. And he helps you with some of the activities on Ribbon Hero if you don't get it.
On the wall, you're going to see that a lot of my students so far this year have earned a certificate of accomplishment. The Typing Web website has a feature that lets the kids do a typing test. And when they finish it, it gives them their typing speed, and it gives them their accuracy, and it prints out a certificate for them. So I counted them at one point, but I think I have between 150 and 200 certificates up on the wall, and that's what you guys see here in the lab. And I have a second grader that is about to be the first second grader to earn it. We just started with the second graders not that long ago, so some of these kids have been logging on at home to continue working on their trophy because they want to be the first one to get it. So a couple more minutes and I'll have a second grader up on my wall. Certification is a really good incentive for these kids. The Typing Web website that I use has these virtual trophies that kids unlock. So as they're working through their courses, when they finish, say they're working on the home row keys, when they finish the home row keys, they'll earn a little bronze trophy that goes in their little virtual trophy case. And so in order to get a certificate on the wall, the kids have to finish their beginner courses, and there's 9 of them. So it's a lot of typing to go through, but when they earn their last trophy, they get to do the certification test. As far as being named Teacher of the Year here at Gocio, it's a huge honor. My wife also works here, and she was Teacher of the Year last year, and she got Teacher of the Year for the entire district for elementary schools. So she was the elementary district-wide Teacher of the Year. So it was nice to kind of keep it in the family one more year. You know, we got it back-to-back, which was really fun and really cool. And we have a phenomenal group of teachers here. And that says a lot because Sarasota County, I mean, our strength will always be in the teachers that we have here. It's a great place to work because everybody is in it together to make sure that we've given that kid every tool possible to be ready and to succeed, not just on the test, but you know, in life as he gets older and progresses through school. He's the first second grader in the entire school to get his typing certificate. So nice job. Leonardo, this is yours. You get to keep this one. This goes home, okay? These ones I'm going to laminate for you. So I'll give you another one, and then when I get it laminated, we're going to put it up on the wall.